everyone. In the previous video, we have discussed two logical operators, that is negation operator and conjunction. But in this video, we are going to deal with disjunction, that is also called as inclusive OR and exclusive OR. Let's start with the disjunction or inclusive OR. In order to define the disjunction, we need two propositions. Let P and Q be two propositions. The disjunction of P and Q is denoted by this. Now what does it mean? It is P or Q. Means the symbol indicates or. So अगर आपके पास two propositions है, आप उनको combine कर रहे हो with the word or, that means we are using logical operator disjunction. Now P or Q statement is false when both are false, and we can say that P or Q statement is true when at least one of them is true. In short, the disjunction P or Q is false when both P and Q are false, otherwise it is true. Now if you want to construct the truth table of this, how to construct that? We take two proposition P and Q. अगर आपके पास एक proposition है P, that proposition can be true or false. Now we are taking another statement Q along with P by using OR operator. तो it means जब P statement आपकी true है, उस केस में Q statement या तो true होगी या false. In case P statement is false, उस केस में आपकी Q statement में क्या possibilities हैं? That is either it is true or false. Now from here we can write four possible cases for the truth table. How to write this? When P is true and Q is true, that is the first case. Second case is when P is true and Q is false. Third case is when P is false, Q is true. And the last case is when P is false, Q is false. Now what is P or Q? अगर आपकी P statement true है, Q statement true है, and we are connecting these two sentences by OR, then the entire statement is true. Now if P statement is true, Q statement is false. Again it is true. Now if P statement is false, Q statement is true. In this case P or Q is true. Now if P statement is false as well as Q statement is false, P or Q is false. So simply we need to think P or Q means या तो हमारे पास P statement true हो या Q statement true हो या दोनों true हो. उस केस में हमारी statement क्या आएगी? True. अगर P and Q दोनों false हैं, then P or Q is false. Let's try to understand this truth table with the help of example. Example is, in order to get a job in the multinational company, experience with C++ or Java is mandatory. So सबसे पहले आपको identify करना है कौन सी two propositions है P and Q. As per the statement, P proposition is if you have experience with C++. And the Q proposition is experience with Java. Now, as per this one, if you have experience with C++, suppose we are taking case 2, but no experience of Java, in that case, you are eligible for the job. Now, if we take the third case, means you have experience with Java, but not with C++, then you are also eligible for the job. Now, if you have experience with C++ and Java, then also you are eligible for the job. Now, if you don't have any kind of experience, means not having experience with C++ or Java, you are not eligible for the job. So, this type of OR is called inclusive OR. that is disjunction. Now let's take another example. When you buy a new car from XYZ company, you get 2000 back in cash or 2% car loan. Now let's try to make a truth table for this one. Suppose you get a cash back of 2000 as a P proposition, and if you get a 2% car loan, that is your Q proposition. Now, as per the statement, if we are buying a car, either we get a cashback or car loan. Suppose we are getting a cashback but not a car loan. So, as per the statement, this is true. Now, if you are not getting a cashback but you get 2% car loan, still it is true. And suppose if you are not getting a cashback as well as car loan. So in this case, clearly this sentence is false because either we get cashback or car loan. Now, if P proposition as well as Q proposition is true, it says that getting cashback as well as 2% car loan. Whether the statement is true according to this? No, because as per the statement, it indicates either you will get a cashback और कार लोन. तो आपको दोनों नहीं मिल सकते. सो अगर हम कह रहे हैं हमें दोनों मिल रहे हैं तो इट मीन्स ये स्टेटमेंट गलत है. बट इन प्रीवियस केस द आंसर ओवर हियर इज ट्रू, बट यहाँ पे क्या है? फॉल्स. Now the question is whether the previous truth table is true or this truth table is true or something else is there. So right now something else is there. Although in the previous case truth table is correct, even in this case the truth table is correct. Difference क्या है? This or is not a inclusive or. It is called as exclusive or XOR. So the definition of exclusive OR is let P and Q be the propositions. The exclusive OR of P and Q is denoted by this and it is a proposition that is true. ये कब true होगी? If and only if exactly one of P or Q is true. तो ये exclusive OR क्या indicate कर रहा है? ये P और Q statement true कब होगी? जब इन दोनों में से सिर्फ एक ही ट्रू हो बट नॉट बोथ. सो अदरवाइज इट इज अ फॉल्स. सो इन दिस केस रेदर देन राइटिंग सिंपल और वी कैन राइट exclusive or, that is O plus. Now how to identify whether that given or is inclusive or exclusive or? Simple एक difference है. We have two proposition, two statements are there. आपको ये जज करनी है कि both statement can happen at the same time or not. Like in this case, if P is there, Q cannot be there. If Q is there, P cannot be there. So it means it is a XOR. But अगर possibility है P as well as Q happen together, then we can say that that OR is inclusive or disjunction. Let's understand with more example. We need to determine which of the following statement represents the inclusive or the exclusive OR. First example is student who have taken calculus or computer science can take this class. सिंपली आपको ये सोचना है क्या स्टूडेंट दोनों चीजें एट अ टाइम पे अवेल कर सकता है? यस. लाइक इन दिस केस स्टूडेंट कैन हैव कैलकुलस एज वेल एज कंप्यूटर साइंस. इट मीन्स दिस और इज inclusive or. Let's take another example. Dinner for two includes two items from column A or three items from column B. तो डिनर में या तो आपके पास दो आइटम्स मिलेगी कॉलम ए से या तीन आइटम्स फ्रॉम द कॉलम बी. पॉइंट है क्या एट अ टाइम पे दोनों कर सकते हैं? मीन्स टू आइटम्स फ्रॉम द कॉलम ए एज वेल एज थ्री आइटम्स फ्रॉम द कॉलम बी? नो. As per the statement, either you can take two items that is from the column A or three items from the column B. So at a time we cannot take both the things. It means This or is exclusive or. So next we have practical example. When we place any order on a Zomato, the payment can be made using credit card, debit card, UPI or cash on delivery. Now think, can we choose more than one option at a time? No. Either we will pay the amount using credit card or debit card or UPI और कैश ऑन डिलीवरी, बट एट अ टाइम पे हम दो ऑप्शंस को सेलेक्ट नहीं कर सकते ना, सो इट मीन्स इट इज द exclusive or. So this is how we can identify whether the statement contains inclusive or exclusive or.